Alright, termination video. Count termination video day 2. I'll make an update video too, but there's really no update. I still haven't heard from YouTube, so don't know why the account was suspended. Don't know anything more than I knew before. Did post a couple of, I think, pretty good videos today on the website. Post a link. So I'll make separate pages for every couple of days, I guess, worth of videos, something like that anyway. And so anyway, I made a response video to Nick, so I'd like him to see that on the everything's meaningless crap. And then I responded to Professor Anton guy, and a response just to a clip of a Dawkins conversation with some guy. I guess it's Dawkins TV show. I haven't seen it before. But anyway, in just the context of evolution, so the conflict between, you know, the science of our biology and the phantasmagorical wish that human beings are doing something special. And I think that's a pretty good subject. But anyway, so yeah, go watch those videos. And if you have something to comment on those videos, I guess you'll comment here. I mean, I can set up message boards, but I don't think I will. Because maybe I'll just use YouTube this way. Maybe I'll just make a video pointing to my videos and say the hell with it. But we'll see. So anyway, so just to be annoying, the other subject lingering about is there's some conversation about alternatives to YouTube. And so that's kind of a good subject. So yeah, that's sort of a way to harass YouTube back a little bit, is to talk about something better than YouTube, building it, creating it. I still would argue that it'd be nice if government had some role in this. They really should have a government search engine, you know, that's where nobody can lie, nobody can cheat, you know, where there's really some effort to not allow people to fuck around. They even should have a government internet, actually, a parallel internet. I mean, I'm not saying restrain the internet that exists, the commercial slock that we have, but just have another dot whatever, dot honest, dot something, where, yeah, you can't be on it if you're a lying, cheating, fucking bastard. That's simple. If you're caught fucking around, well, you don't play anymore. So anyway, but the idea of creating something different is a good one. And it's been, you know, it's floated around. There's other people interested. So yeah, well, I mean, we need somebody to do the software crap, and you know, and then you got to figure out how to finance it. And as I see it, obviously, I think the user is going to have to pay up in the beginning. You're going to have to pay the freight. So you're going to have to pay you know, whatever, some bucks per year to produce videos until it gets established and get enough traffic, and then, you know, some reasonable advertising and sponsorships, maybe even is a better way to put it. You know, to have companies, corporations that would sponsor it, and you know, have advertising consistent with that, and also get the you know, the positive name recognition kind of association thing. They, you know, companies might want to be associated with some kind of free speech network, some better tube. But anyway, then, you know, somebody sent me a PM, so I'll respond, you know, about this 50C3, whatever it is. Yeah, you know, to file, it takes a couple of years, actually. You know, you have to have at least 2 people in your organization, and you know, for the IRS to be satisfied. And it takes a couple of years. You know, file the paperwork, costs a little bit of money, but you can do it. You can register your own, but it takes time to do that. And so yeah, I'd have to find somebody I can trust to partnership to do that, to create some sort of non-profit organization. I still think the easier way to go is to find a non-profit, an existing non-profit that would be willing to supervise, you know, take responsibility for the management, you know, overseeing something like this, and that they could also glean some free advertising revenue. You know, they could get some free donations for their organization through the publicity this might generate, and that would be the way to go. But yeah, you got to take, no matter what you do, you got to take the idea of owners out of the game. It's got to be something the producers own, essentially a democracy of some sort, with a constitution built in, so the democracy can't get out of control, the majority can't ruin the place. So you have to get some basic infrastructure in there in the very beginning that isn't likely to be changed. That's really rock solid in terms of a good policy about flagging and about content restrictions and labeling the content even. I mean, that's all you really have to do, is to find some way to properly label it and segregate it so that there is a capacity to protect the public, because that's all you really care about on the internet, right? Is you don't want your 5-year-olds, watching anal sex, and so you got to do something to prevent that from happening if you're going to be a responsible producer. But otherwise, people, as long as the content is labeled, it really shouldn't be restricted, and there has to be some sort of deliberation to some sort of justice system built into it, appeals system to mitigate the disputes that come up. The stuff where you're personally harassing somebody else, or the insults go too far, the skanky cunt kind of thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with name calling. So, I mean, I think in that Constitution it just should articulate there's a big difference between calling somebody a fucking liar and calling them a stinky fuckball. Those aren't the same thing. And so there has to be something to prevent people from, poking their finger in other people's private life versus, just pointing an anonymous "you suck" kind of finger. But anyway, that's a whole other issue. Don't want to bog this down in the minutia. So yeah, I mean, look, the basics are having good, reliable software. I think it's really sensible to have a system where the producers have the responsibility to put the content in usable form, so that they would basically upload the finished product, and it wouldn't be converted by the software and all that stuff. So I mean, yeah, you force the producers, find some open source software, let them download it, let them have it on their computer, create FLV files if that's the way to go. I think it's the best way to go, and have them properly compressed and all that crap. And maybe have the producers pay for their for the quality they want. So for the smallest quality, they might get that free. And then if you want to upload higher quality videos, then you pay a little extra, for the bandwidth. But yeah, it all has to be financed. It's got to be some way to do that. But yeah, it should be all at cost, nothing extra. No bullshit. Nobody making money off merely having the service provided. And I think it's doable. It's just organizing enough people initially to get it done, and trusting them. I mean, you gotta create. You gotta make it reliable. I mean, you gotta have something where if somebody, I mean, some of these alternative websites aren't terrible, but they're kind of unreliable. I mean, you post their video as an embed and the video doesn't play, or some other bullshit because it's too juiced. It's playing commercials and it's doing this, it's doing all this stuff, and it's incompatible with browsers. So yeah, I say keep it simple, stupid, or stupid simple. All you want is to have a damn thing that plays, and even give the option of uploading MP3 files or whatever. The whole, how the interaction is controlled in terms of whether you're going to allow people to embed videos from other sites. Maybe they just put a size limitation on that also. Icons, they can't autoplay. All these are all, why get into all that crap? But yeah, there needs to be something better than YouTube. We need a better alternative. So I don't know if there's anything else to get on to here, but yeah, I mean, just work it through a little bit at a time. I'll just say, if there's anybody out there, the Flash player I have on my website kind of sucks. I mean, it was just one I downloaded for free, and it doesn't, it's not a great video player. So if you know anything about that shit, or know a better one, that does the full screen thing and does some, because it does have, even though I like simple, it should have simple features like that. So if you know anything about that shit, cool. I guess I have to buy Flash someday just so I can build some of these tools myself. But anyway, till then, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not planning anything. I'm just saying that, yeah, I'm just going to fiddle with this and play with it some more until, a whole plan is written out of how this is going to be built. So I might as well talk about it anyway. So that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about it. So that's enough of a video. That's what I used to say when I had a YouTube account. That's enough of a video, but not anymore. So anyway, the website, another page, 2 good videos. I think they're pretty good. A little bit over 10 minutes each, but you know, it happens. And that's it for today. I guess that's all for today. Might do Stickam later tonight if Math Fails has his room open. Don't know. Just see how things go. See how I feel. But probably Stickam tomorrow night, Saturday night, as usual. And so that'd be it. Yep. The whole thing goes off because now I got to time it because it's a YouTube video, so I got to time how long it goes. So anyway, that's all. This is day 2.